demonstrating to criminalize sex services in Israel. Protests like this are also taking place in New York, London, and Washington, D.C. On February 12th, the Israeli parliament, or Knesset, will try to again pass legislation that will make it illegal for any person to pay for prostitutes or other sexual services.
I decided to change the tactic and to work with the ministers and with MK. The first step is to convince them that we have to do that in order to maintain the state of Israel democratic and keep our values.
Every country that has put this in place, the Scandinavian countries, England, San Francisco, have seen a rapid decrease in the amount of prostitution, both because the criminalization itself sends a message to prospective clients and the publication of their names. The shaming proves daunting, especially in a society this small.
An estimated 30 to 35,000 women have been trafficked in Israel. The United States has criticized Israel for not taking adequate steps to stop sex trafficking and forced prostitution.
Actually, 90% of women who work in the prostitution industry are controlled by pimps. And there are different types of human trafficking. The more typical victim of human trafficking, and as Israel knows it from the 90s, is the Eastern European woman who's brought from abroad and put into brothels. And then there's the example of externally trafficked people, for instance, what's going on in the Sinai today for African migrants, and then they end up coming into Israel, and as the most vulnerable population, are coerced into the prostitution industry.
Several students showed up to urge lawmakers to support the legislation.
Women who have been harassed, raped under the pretense of being prostitutes. They're the first community that we need to start with social justice. That's what we want to demand today.
I believe that this bill that's been proposed to criminalise prostitution and the purchase of sexual services is the best way possible to reduce violence against women, to reduce the rate of sex trafficking in the country, and in countries where they've instituted it, it has been proved to be a very effective deterrent.
Because there's too many important people who themselves solicit the services of trafficked women, because the criminal underground, which has its hands deep into the pocket, you're talking about $500 million to $750 million industry, has brought that money into the legitimate economy, because there's too many people in important places with too many important friends who would get caught with their pants down.
From Jerusalem, this is Felice Friedson reporting for the Media Line.